All right, everybody, welcome to Chris Oakes Show. Thank you for joining us wherever you're joining us, whatever channel, whatever station, hopefully on our own blog and our Spotify, YouTube, whatever you're following us on. We appreciate you and we love you. And tell your friends to, sponsor our podcast and all our stuff we do. Today, we have a very, very special group of people. All right, we got Justin, Mitch, and Beth. And they're all from Prism Muskoka, which is a theater and park production company that do some really, really cool things over the years. I was lucky enough to meet Justin and Beth last year. We recorded actually at the Hunters Bay Radio Studio last year, a show about their show last year. And this year, another great performance, great theater, Much Ado About Nothing this summer, Annie Williams Park in August. You'll have to listen till the end of the show, or if you're online, you could just go. I'll have it posted, all the details in the post. But thank you for coming, everyone.
Thanks for having us.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You guys all look great on this. We're recording on a Monday. I don't know when you're going to see this. We're recording on a Monday, and they all look fantastic for a Monday morning. I'm rough. I'm off a wedding weekend.
I'm rough. Don't you worry. I'm extremely sunburnt right now.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. He just got a layer of aloe vera put on him just before we.
Yeah, right before.
That's awesome.
He may appear really good, but there's lots of things happening behind the scenes.
There you go. There you go. That's all. Isn't that theater? That's theater.
That is theater. You got it. That's right.
So, for those who don't know, let's whoever wants to go, or all three of you at different times and all at the same time, talk about Prism Muskoka and what that's all about.
Okay. You go ahead, Beth.
Okay. So Prism, I'll just get Justin to help me a little bit with dates. How long has Prism been in? Like, how long has the theater company been in? I want to say in business, but how long has it been around?
Maybe 16 or 17 years.
Yeah,
maybe longer.
It's been around for about 16 or 17 years, but only this is our second year with essentially a new owner. So David Ray. Yeah, so David Ray has taken it over from Robin Clipsham, who retired. Yeah. So last year was his first year taking it over. So this is now our second summer with David as the owner director. So that's kind of exciting. Yeah. I think most of us, I'm not sure if everyone knows, but we act in the park, Annie Williams Park. Yeah. And we have had a beautiful pavilion made specifically for a staging area for us to be able to do our shows, which is super exciting. So and I think, like, to us that's like, okay, great, it's there, let's use it, right?
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And for those who are listening, because we do get listeners from all over at times, Annie Williams Park is in Bracebridge, just so everyone knows. It's Muskoka is very, very big with lots of little towns and townships and villages. So we got to be very specific. Someone shows up in Huntsville, goes, "Where's Annie Williams Park?" And we're like, 30 minutes out. But anyway. So that's awesome. And I love that. Like, now, talk about some of the plays you guys have been a part of. You can go individually. We can go Beth to Justin that way if we want, or Justin to Beth the other way. And Mitch is in the middle. He's the sandwich.
Yeah, no matter what, I'll go second.
He's the meat or veggies or whatever you eat in your sandwiches.
That's awesome.
So go ahead.
Okay, so I think for myself, I probably have the least amount of experience in comparison to the other two here. So I joined. This is my third summer with Prism. So my first year I did Julius Caesar when Robin Clipsham still owned the theater company. And it was amazing. It was an all-female cast. I think we talked a little bit about it last year, but It was an all-female cast. And I had a really exciting role that year. Last summer, I was asked to join again the following summer, which was last summer. And then I did A Midsummer Night's Dream, and I was able to play Titania, which was the fairy queen, which was another really exciting role. So this is my third summer, and this summer I'm actually playing essentially a male character, a male role, but he is kind of I want to say this, it's a socialite, but someone that everything kind of takes place at his house. So everything kind of happens. He's the master. Yeah. All the stuff that unfolds is essentially at his house. He's kind of, people come to visit him. So it is kind of a little a little bit of a patriarchal role. So it's a little bit of a different, different outside of my comfort zone, outside of my box kind of role. But you can't always be the fairy queen, right?
It's true. It's true. But you know what? Those are the more challenging, fun roles to take on, right? So
definitely
right?
pushes you outside your box, which is super great. And that's what acting is all about. So
there you go. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, Mitch, you're up, buddy. What are you up to?
Yeah, I've been doing it a little bit longer, as Beth had said. I've been at least with Prism since I think 2016, which was their Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so I've been there for a little bit, basically going through Romeo and Juliet, like all the other ones, like Mackers and things like that. Only taking a hiatus recently when I went off to university for 4 or 5 years. So,
Gotcha.
but so far I've been a little bit of like David's call guy, where he's like, oh, someone had to like step out of the play, and it's like the reserve call. It's like, get Mitch in here, which is what happened. Yeah, which is what happened with this show and Robin Hood, as I played Alan Adale the Bard in that one, and now I play Don Pedro, the Prince of Italy here.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. I've been here for a little bit.
But that's great that you keep coming back. You still enjoy it. You love working with
I love working with
everybody. So that's so cool. And are you doing acting as a career, or what are you doing in university?
I went to school for acting, and specifically I'm looking into like either acting in film, or what's currently piquing my interest is voice acting. That's the big thing, right?
Very cool.
So,
very cool.
Yeah, looking to get into that first and foremost now that I'm out of school.
Nice. I love it. That's awesome. So you just keep rolling. I love it, Mitch.
Yeah, just keep moving with it. Wherever the wind takes.
That's awesome. And Justin, you can go a little briefer, because I'll probably put a link up to last year's where we introduced more about what you did. But go ahead and give a brief about Justin and his awesomeness.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do like a quick clarification. Mackers is Macbeth. We're allowed to say it because we're not near a theater.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right. Yeah. For me, I also started in 2016. I was in Romeo and Juliet, Three Musketeers. I was not in Macbeth because I had moved to Peterborough.
Yeah.
So, but I did come to see it, and it was fantastic.
Nice.
And then the following year, we did Robin Hood. I played a villain, of course. And then we did Julius Caesar, which I'm going to correct you a little bit, Beth. It was an all-female presenting cast.
I apologize. You're right.
There were like
right.
gender fluid people in.
That's right.
In the cast
cool.
who don't actually identify as female, but
yes.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Anyways, and then we did A Midsummer Night's Dream last year, which still is at the top of my list of favorite shows. So I'm hoping this year beats that.
Nice.
But so far, with the comedy and stuff, and I get to explore a different side of my acting this year as well. Yeah, because I play like a romantic lead almost.
Oh, nice!
So I've never gotten
that. You should come and watch the show just to see Justin.
I've been put into 2 categories of acting. It is comic relief and villain.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the link.
But David has allowed me to explore my acting a little bit this year, which I'm really excited about.
Fantastic. And I remember because you had started behind the scenes more, right? If I recall correctly, Justin, like you had started in theater behind the scenes before you got on the stage.
For Julius Caesar, I did stage managing for that show.
That's what it was. Yes.
Yeah.
And then now you're
on the stage for all the others.
Okay, fair enough. I knew there was something about behind the stage. Yeah. I remember we talked about you being behind the scenes and not in front of the stage at least once, right? So that's awesome. Yeah. So and I love that you brought it up. Like Much Ado About Nothing is definitely very satirical, very comical. It's not a very serious production by any means. And so from your perspective, we'll start with Justin and go to Beth this time. What's it like working on, almost like it's literally a comedy, right? It's a fun comic show. What's it like working on something like that as compared to the more serious roles and plays that have taken place?
Honestly, you get to just kind of be more silly with it, and you get to laugh more. Not that you don't laugh during rehearsals of the more serious plays, but when you do a more serious play, you have to like kind of feel that heaviness that's in the show.
Yes.
And you got to carry it with you while you're doing the rehearsal. But with comedies, you're just more loose.
Yeah.
You have a lot more fun. There's more room to make jokes. We have a good time.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been a single rehearsal where we're not laughing. Like we're always laughing with each other. It's so funny.
That's
like
awesome.
a lot of physical comedy in this show, which I'm excited and dreading. Just a hint, there's a canoe.
Oh yeah.
The canoe is moving.
Lots of movement.
It's a
That's
mystery
awesome.
on how it's moving though.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So Mitch, same thing. Like, what's it like, you know, from your own experiences? You've done a ton of acting. You've gone to school for the theater arts, and like, what's it like? Like, is it more fun? Here's a good question. Do you like it better when you can just be silly, or do you like it better when you got to be more deep and serious?
See, the thing is, for me, a lot of like directors always love, because I'm a very good physical actor, so they would put me in comedy roles because I'm willing to. I don't want to just say throw myself at stuff, but that's the closest way to describe it. Honestly, I find myself like I enjoy like both portfolios, but I find that I enjoy like comic acting a little bit more because, again, as Justin was saying, it's a loose experience in the form of like we get to have like less tension directly because like obviously every rehearsal you're going to be joking and stuff like that with your castmates. That's just how you like form like good bonds with everybody. But like as the show comes on, everyone's like stressed, and it's like the serious one you will notice like a stark difference. This one we're acting, which weird. It's a little ironic that this is the show I played one of the most serious characters of my acting career, despite usually being a comic. This is like the most grounded character I think I've ever played in a like Prism show, if not any show.
Fair enough.
So it's a weird like irony that I am like hit with, where everyone else is like acting very like goofy and satirical, as you were saying, and then there's just me who it's like half of my scenes are like more serious.
Nice. I love it.
It's a good experience.
That's a blast, and that is good irony right there. I love it. That's awesome. Like, you know, but hey, we all have to explore our sides, right? Like Justin's exploring his comic side, you're exploring your more serious side. Beth is playing a man. It's great.
Exploring that side.
Exactly.
So Beth, like, you know, obviously there's great camaraderie. I mean, you don't have to do the comparison because they've already done the comparison. What's it? So we'll switch gears a little bit and say, what's it like? Obviously, you guys get along really well. You're all laughing, smiling. There's a great vibe. I can feel it through the screen. Like I can feel the energy. What's it like with the whole cast and crew? Like, is it the same kind of vibe?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely the same kind of vibe. We all get along, and this is the thing. I think we talked about this, when you get into these roles where you're just laughing all the time, it really just strengthens those bonds. So I mean, there's a couple of characters that are really particularly hilarious, and I find that is actually my struggle, is that when I'm acting with them, trying not to laugh. Like I'm like in rehearsals, I'm like, okay, no, I gotta just commit to my role because they're making me laugh so much. Just because the role that they're playing is already hilarious, but they're doing such a phenomenal job at it that it's so good. So we really have jumped in we've jumped in and given it our all, and we really all connect really well, and it's been so fun. Awesome. As you can tell.
It's been a blast.
Oh, it's great.
It's been a blast.
It's so great. I love it when it's like, you know, you get these good dynamics where, you know, no matter what you're doing in life, and you got a good team around you, you got a good crew, you got a good people that all get along and laugh and joke and can do that. It's like things come out really well. I mean, that's just a reason right there to go see the play. Right there is the fact that you guys all get along so well. That's number one, because you know it's going to go well, right?
Yeah.
Now
well, we talked about that before. We were saying, so last year we were saying to you, you know, come see the play because the costumes are so amazing. So we don't have the same costume designer, and our costumes aren't the same, but definitely come and see it for the comic relief.
For sure. And we could all use a laugh right now. So
for sure.
We could all use a good laugh and a good show. And so that's one reason, but I always ask this, and you guys know I've always asked this. That's one reason to come see the show, and we just talked about it. But Justin or Mitch, whichever wants to answer, if I didn't know you guys and I was just like some stranger, and I said, you know, other than it's gonna be fun, it's a comedy. Other than that, why do you want me to come see your show? I don't even like plays. What would you tell me?
Honestly, the plot is just but like it's a comedy, obviously, but there's romance involved in it too. So if you're kind of like a romantic, there's two couples in the show. One who are like just head over heels, like fall in love at first sight, like immediately like that. And then there's kind of like the almost like enemies to lovers kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
So it's particularly my character and Jordan Ross, who's playing Beatrice, like beside me. They don't like each other in the beginning of the show.
Ah, gotcha.
And somehow they find out that the other is in love with them, but it's a prank. It's not like actually true, but they both believe it.
Okay.
So they both believe that the other is in love with them, which then they're like, oh, well, I guess I gotta be in love with them too.
Yeah.
So then they fall in love by being stupid.
I love it.
And overhearing something.
Isn't that how we all fall in love, by being stupid?
Exactly. That's how I fall in love.
Enemies to lovers.
I hear someone's in love with me, I'm like, well, I gotta love them back.
That's a good way to describe this play, though. As I would say, if you enjoy like almost a mixture of nonsensical and romance, it's definitely there for you.
Yeah.
That's sweet. That's sweet. I love it. I love it. So I'm trying to think. I don't know if I have many more questions. I think we ran the gamut. You guys answer questions within questions. I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's true.
We can prepare.
You guys are just ready to go. You guys are ready to go.
Yeah.
But before we go, let's just get a little let's just do each one of you just a little bit of a plug on the play on what your favorite part about doing Much Ado About Nothing is. So we'll start with Justin.
All right. Well, I'm gonna boost my own ego a little bit, but my favorite scenes have been the ones with Jordan.
Yeah.
Between Benedict and Beatrice.
Yep.
Just because that does explore the one side of my acting that I haven't gotten to explore.
Nice.
And honestly, she's such a great gal. I love her to death. It's like we get along so well. We have a good chemistry in the show.
Awesome.
Which is what you want, especially when you're gonna play romantic leads. So yeah, I would say that. It's
awesome.
My favorite.
Mitch, you go. What's your favorite?
To not steal his answer, I'll say something. Honestly, I think my favorite part of this entire show that we've been doing, beyond like how I know we've been talking about like the bonds everyone's created, but there are three characters in particular. Like you will see a lot of like, for example, my character Don Pedro being followed by a character named Claudio, and then Leonardo here, and only hijinks ends up appearing. I know I might be a little bit more of like a stoic character at times, but the part that is nice is that despite being this, there's still plenty of comedy that happens around me, and it's always funny scenes that I have to like try not to break.
Yeah.
I'm usually pretty good at not breaking in scenes, but like when someone like hands me, for example, I'm not gonna say what it's used for, like a fishing rod in lieu of something else.
Yeah.
I immediately broke. Like I was like, I can't do this. Give me a second, I need a breath. So I've just been having a good time.
That's awesome. And Beth, what about you? What's your favorite part about this play?
I feel like Mitch answered it really, really well, because there is a scene between the three of us that is particularly funny, and we do get to it's the scene where we get to trick Benedict.
Okay.
So it's kind of like Mitch said, our characters are pretty stoic throughout. Yeah. And I also am a fatherly figure too. So I have that, I have to maintain that. But this is this one scene that we get to be really silly because we know Benedict is listening. So we get to really, really play it up. And I think the three of us really do enjoy that scene. It has come with a lot of challenges for us because we had to work really hard at it.
Nice.
And we're hoping we're almost there, but it has been super great. And then to be honest, like I mentioned before, just sitting and watching the two cop characters.
Yeah.
I love sometimes just when I don't have to act and I can just sit back and appreciate my fellow actors and just sit and watch and just completely be entertained by them. So I feel like that's really great too, because that's what you all get to do when you come and watch us.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's a great answer.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, the Dogberry and Burgess scenes just take the life out of me. They're so funny.
They're so funny.
They're
like
so
I can't
funny.
imagine anyone's gonna walk away not loving those two characters, because
Yeah.
you have to love them. They're great.
Fantastic. Fantastic. That's awesome. Well, I think I'm good with questions. Is there anything else you guys wanted to mention about the play before we sign off?
Maybe the dates, Justin.
Yeah, the dates would probably
dates.
be the best part.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the time for the shameless plug.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
I'm also gonna add one more thing. The
Sure.
theme of the show is like we're not doing it like in period, like the period pieces.
Oh, cool.
We're doing like Cottager Muskoka theme.
Oh, nice, fun.
So that's gonna be fun. We're actually going shopping for more costumes later today.
That's right.
Awesome.
So yeah, and then the dates for the show are August 6th to the 10th and 13th to the 17th.
Perfect. Yeah, and I'll have them, anybody listening, watching, wherever you are, when I do the post on my actual personal blog and any socials and stuff that I do as we go, we'll make sure the dates are in there for everybody. So we'll make sure people can easily access everything, and I'll tag Prism wherever I can tag Prism in and make sure people know what's going on.
Awesome. Great. Thank you, Chris.
No, thank you guys. So we're gonna go Beth to Justin this time. So thank you, Beth. You're amazing. Always love chatting with you. Great to meet you, Mitch. Thank you for hanging out. And thank you, Justin, as always. Awesome. Great chatting with you guys again. And break a leg, everybody. I know that's what I'm supposed to say. So break a leg. And yes, we will make it to at least one show this year. I know, because when you told me the dates, I'm like, we're actually around this year. Last year, we weren't around. Last year, we were away the week you guys were doing the play. So this year, we're around. We'll make it. I'll bring the kids. It'll be fun.
All right. There's 10 opportunities. 10 shows.
Well, I know. We'll make it to one. I know we will. I know we will.
And honestly, the kids will get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure they will.
They don't even need to understand the show.
Exactly. Oh no, my kids will understand. I call them kids, but my son's 15 going on 16, and my daughter is 12 going on 45. So we're good. All right, all right guys. Well, anyways, thank you for everybody. Thank you guys. Ciao for now, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.